welcome to a little tomfoolery. Rob Little and Tommy Ryman, a podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little tomfoolery, 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 a little tomfoolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, good evening. Welcome to A Little Tomfoolery. I am one of your hosts, Rob Little, and the other host is our good buddy, Tommy Ryman. And actually, we made him a permanent.
I'm in.
I don't know, dude. I'm feeling goofy today. What do you got coming up, buddy?
I beat all the other applicants to be the host.
Yes.
Coming up, I am headed to Fairfield, Ohio, right outside of Cincinnati, Saturday, April 2nd at the Fairfield Community Arts Center. It's a beautiful theater. It should be tons of fun. I'm bringing my opener, Jeff Foser and Sienna Violet. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get your tickets now. They're selling fast.
Wow. You're doing a lot of theaters, brother.
I am, because after that, then I do a theater in Portland and I do a theater in Washington.
Those are all through your one theater agent, right?
No, just one. And then the Portland is through a buddy of mine. And then the Washington one is me and Kermit are doing the Everett Center from this guy, Michael, who's done a dry bar.
What I got coming up this Sunday, I'm doing the improv I'm doing sides. Oh, that was a big faux pas. I'm doing Side Splitters in Tampa, Sunday night only. It's a special show, and 7:30, and all the information's on roblittle.com. And next week I am in Michigan, and I'm doing a wanky Pine River golf course.
I think I've done that with you.
Nope.
But maybe not. Okay.
It's a new one, but it's real close to my mom. So my mom's gonna be able to come out with my soon-to-be new dad. And
very cool.
So that's what I got going on. But so you were busy this morning. You said you were hanging out with your dad or something?
Yeah, I dropped Megan off at the office. Then I went and had coffee with my father. So I'm home alone. She's not working from home, so Megan won't burst into the room, but I do have a little dog snoring below my feet.
I didn't even ask you this. Can you hear that fan?
No.
Is it okay? Good.
You have a fan with you, like one of your big fans that are
Rob
Little. You just let them in the house.
They're breathing heavy over here right now.
Yeah, well, they're literally watching a live episode of A Little Tomfoolery. They're probably losing their mind. Do they have clothes on? I hope they have pants on.
I can't do this without an audience. So it's all my neighbors. And
can I tell you?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Well, I didn't. I totally cut you off. I was going to talk about what I did last weekend. How fun it was. I did a big show for nurses and people who teach nurses. It was so fun. It was mostly women in their 50s. So it was my demographic.
Of course.
I came out in the audience because I gave away a couple of my old albums, and I brought it out to this one lady who had talked to me, and she grabbed my hand and she goes, "Do you have eyebrows?" Because a lot of them like to see if I have eyebrows, because I do a bit about not having eyebrows. And then she pulled me in. You know how grandmas will grab you? It was very she just kept holding me, and on the mic I was like, "She's not letting go. What do I do?" They all it was pretty exciting, but they're such a great crowd. And then I was with Paul Hooper. We had 2 sold out shows at Sisyphus. So you guys came through buying your tickets. They were a blast.
I can imagine.
So
we gonna have him as a guest?
Yeah, but he's on a ship now for 3 weeks, like what you do.
Yeah.
So he'll be whenever he's back. It's some middle of April, but he definitely wants to do the podcast. He'll be a fun guest. He actually taped. They brought in. He's with my other label, Stand Up Records. So they brought in 3 cameras and filmed, and he might put out some kind of special or potentially an album from that.
Oh,
that'd be a pretty good show.
He should
follow me, but
right. Well, yeah. So you set the table phenomenally, I'm sure, and then the crowd was hot. So how could he not crush?
Exactly. It's great, but it was fun to see see him, we're about the most opposite of how we see life on stage. Like I'm all like, everything's great. And he's like, this is I love it though. It makes me
that's
like
what I felt
their
like too.
curmudgeon Paul Hooper.
But he's gotten so good. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you got to do that, man. What have I been up to? I have been projects. I'm back to projects, man. Building.
Yes.
You know what I built yesterday, and I'll put up a little picture. I haven't got it done yet, but I've got the framework done. I got a sprinkler system that it pulls from our canal, from my canal, and so we water our grass and everything with the canal water. It's like it's cheaper. It's what everybody does,
right?
So, excuse me, it's actually the lake water. So they got this, it's kind of a big ugly motor out there, and it's got all these PVC pipes coming in and out of it. So I built a replica of my shed to put over it.
Whoa,
and
that's pretty cool.
Looks awesome already. I'm so giddy about it. I just got to get plywood, and so I got to get a small loan to pay for that. So
it's like a miniature version of your shed on this thing. Cool.
Yeah. So I got to get the paint to match, and I don't know how detailed. I got enough of the same roofing material, and the only thing wood is crazy expensive right now.
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah, again. I'm just kind of, I don't know if I go get it right away or not, but I also like, how detailed am I going to get? I'm going to make little windows, but do I get the plexiglass and like make it, so it looks like a real window, or just kind of paint it?
I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. You like it the best. I'm sure the plexiglass isn't that expensive, is it?
I don't know. I've never bought it.
And then put a little picture of you like inside looking out.
Yes. Like working.
Like, is Rob having a party in there? Just a big group. Like you look into the window. Oh man.
Yeah, my mini-me, little Penny Hardaway in there too. So
yeah,
it's like, remember when he did that? So I've been doing all that, and then it's been great, man. It's nice. I wasn't supposed to be off. I was supposed to be on a ship, and then I found out they're paying me for the days I didn't, for the 2 cruises.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And you booked some last minute extra gig.
Some gigs around. I turned down a couple too.
Oh, you're so in demand. Pass them my way.
You wouldn't do it.
Nah, never.
Yeah.
I like to do 1 gig a month.
You wouldn't want to do it for a couple bucks down and then fly. Your flight alone would be more than this. So,
but you messaged me too about now your album is available. Did you get it on Sirius, or it's all people can finally listen to it on Pandora and Spotify, or what? What did you get put up? Crisscross Applesauce, right?
Yeah, it's been 20 years. I don't know how long that CD's been out, but so there's a little hot tamale walking by outside. I'm like, who's that? It has never been up there, and you brought it to my attention, so I finally got it. What happened was I loaded everything, but I just assumed it went through, and I paid. It showed I paid and everything, and it wasn't the right format. So it's been sitting in CD Baby for how long? And so I finally had to convert it, and I got it all set up, and there was like a ton of other little things to put it, to I guess it wasn't there before, but now there's all these other specifics, just basically just find you faster,
sure,
all these different ways. And so I set all that up, and it said, okay, you're set up, and it gave me like a link to promote it, and I'm re-releasing it.
You can hear Crisscross Applesauce again.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So finally it's up. It's how many years I could have been making money off of this thing online, and I wasn't. And then you've inspired me, buddy. Like, you're putting out a new one. I got all this extra material, but none of it is like, I don't know if it really flows. I have to like kind of sit down and write it all down.
Oh yeah. I am putting out a new one. I think you can pre-order it on iTunes April 12th. We got Tommy's 3rd day album dropping. May 3rd. So third album on May 3rd, pre-order April 12th. It'll be everywhere. Party Troll with Tommy Ryman. Look at this. Look at that cover. It's me as a troll and a little cardigan. Boy, if you're watching on YouTube, because I'm sharing the album cover just so everyone knows. Oh, you check that out and just
way to one up me, by the way.
What? No, we're talking about the re-release of Crisscross Applesauce.
Yeah,
perfect time to just promote. And I just got the rough edit of my new dry bar special. So
you did?
That'll be coming.
How'd it turn out?
Looks great. She says it's funnier than the first one, which
wow,
I mean, it's hard to top. Great. But I'm super good at stand-up comedy.
Dude, I love that cover. Who drew that?
That was my friend Shelly Paul. She's a great artist. So
man, that is phenomenal. It's like you as a troll.
I know. It looks exactly like it. So you're going to hear about this a lot, probably every week until April 12th and then again until May 3rd. So I want to debut number 1 on iTunes because I was number 2 for my last album and Jim Gaffigan beat me and I can't have that happen again.
Now, how do you think you debut as number 1? Do you think
it's just the amount of downloads and you can either get to it or with pre-orders, you can actually, the day can start with your album at number 1 if I get enough pre-orders. And it's just who's buying the most of that album or stream. I mean, I don't know if it also, because now there's like Apple Music. So then you can just be like, oh, the new album's out. So it's who's listening to it. I don't know how they track it.
Yeah, I wonder.
No, it feels good if you're at number 1. Yeah. And then I can write that on my bio. My dad will finally be proud of me.
I wonder if Crisscross could get that. I mean, I didn't promote it at all, so probably not, but they see it as a new album.
On iTunes now? It wasn't even on iTunes before?
No.
Oh, yeah, you could go stream and download Crisscross Applesauce. Get Rob Little to number 1 on the iTunes comedy charts.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, promote it on your Facebook and be like, go download my album, see if we can get number 1, and then screen grab it as it moves up. That'll be kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
Is it up or does it have a release date? We'll have to look into it.
You know what? I don't know. We can look later
to see. Okay.
Anyway, well, that's cool, man. I didn't even think of that. Well, I hope you get it.
I will. I will pay off everybody.
Long as somebody. Oh my God. Speaking of like a Jim Gaffigan or bigger names like that, I was. We got a couple things I want to bring up. So one, I had like a bad, I don't even know what you call her. Somebody just like bashing me online.
A troll? Did you have a troll coming at you on?
Yeah. But like she was from my hometown.
So what happened?
I didn't even know who she was. She started, she commented on one of my dry bar bits. And it was like, you go down the comments, it's like 100 good ones and then one bad one, right? Okay. And it's always somebody that
what was the bit?
It was the cat bit about buy my nephew a cat and then
okay.
Yeah. Not once in the bit do I say I hate cats. Not once. I tease my nephew about wanting a cat.
Yeah, you're like, you should get a dog. Like, it's
right. I want to get him a dog, but I didn't say I hate cats. But Dry Bar names it nothing worse than cats.
Yeah, they do an algorithm and they'll title it. So,
and that just opens the door for people to gripe at me. And I'm like, Dry Bar, I didn't call it that.
You can get them to change it because when my special came out, my first one on YouTube, they changed it to like health is gross. And it was literally right when the pandemic started. Or it was like, duh. And like, I was like, dude, did you even look at this? I was like, because people were like, well, this is odd timing to put this out. So then they changed it to like happy, healthy, hippie parents. And I was like, thank you. Like, think a little bit, but they just see keywords and algorithms and they're like, okay. And then they make it look.
I wonder how they figure that out.
It's all algorithm.
I know. When you say algorithm, is it a program? They run it. They go, okay, here's the bit. Run it through this algorithm.
Probably, or they're like, what are the keywords that are getting lots of hits? If you look up hashtags and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, people read that and immediately think I'm a jerk, like I'm being mean to cats. And I'm like,
what was her comment?
She was going on and about like how she hated the bit, and Mark Maron loves cats and he's a good guy and all this good stuff about him. And then I went and looked him up, and he's got a whole bit on Bob and Tom about how he is real mean to cats.
It's funny.
But she's like, wouldn't let up. And then she starts giving me, she goes, I lived in Indiana, and starts telling me all this crap about, she goes, you should do bits about this, and like acted like it was super funny, and it made no sense, bro. And then one of my buddies I went to high school with wrote me, because I posted a screen capture of this on my page. I blocked her, and I don't know how she got on my personal page somehow. I never added her, but she's calling me a bully and that she reported me to Facebook and all this stuff. And I'm like, never once did I say, I just goes, look at how crazy this is.
What did you, so wait, she made the comment on YouTube. What did she comment first? Like, cats are nice, you're mean?
Yeah.
And then did you
basically
respond to that? You're not supposed to ever respond to YouTube comments.
All I wrote was, well, she said something about being from my hometown. So that's
on
what
the
triggered
YouTube?
me to say it.
But did you write it on the YouTube?
I always,
or
yeah, I always,
messaged her?
both. No, just on YouTube.
What did you write back?
What I did was I always just make it a nice thing. I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry you didn't care for it. There's a lot of other comics on here. Hopefully you find somebody you like.
There you go. Yeah.
I do all that because Dry Bar was like, you know, you get more hits when you reply to these people, reply to everything. So I just started replying to everybody. And so she just, after that, she wouldn't let up. And I was just like, hey, I was being nice to you, you know, but the way she did it. And then one of my buddies I went to high school with wrote me and goes, dude, she is real. Cause I didn't think she was real. I'm like, this is somebody messing with me. She's real. And she is literally like psychotic. He said she I guess she used to beat him when he was younger.
What?
Like, yeah. Like, cause she was like 6 years older than him, but they rode the same bus and she used to beat him up all the time. And he goes, she was so mean. And yeah,
it was sounds like she might be a little off.
Yeah.
I'm glad it sounds like you two need to be separated. And to clear everything up, Rob is an animal lover. He likes cats. Yes. He's the sweetest guy ever.
I bought my mom several cats.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It is so funny though, how on YouTube, it's always, you know, people can write tons and tons of nice stuff, but it's the one like weird off one that we're drawn to. We're like, what? And then like, it obviously you can't please everybody, but you're still like, but why? What? But that one's different because.
But you know what else I noticed? Because it's posted on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube, a lot more nicer comments.
Oh,
Facebook,
really?
People tend to get a little meaner.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't get why, but
interesting. Or maybe YouTube filters them more or something. I don't know. Crazy.
I don't know.
Well,
anyways,
I'm glad.
And then let's talk about this for a minute. Did you see the smack?
That's Fool News. That's the Fools in the News.
Okay, I'll wait then.
This just in.
Bringing you the foolish of the fools from his home office in Minnesota. It's Fool News with Tommy Ryman.
Fool News. We definitely had a fool in the news. I'm sure you've all heard about it. Rob, I'm sure you saw it. There was an award show this weekend. They do a little for movies. They do a little award show. They get trophies and stuff. And Will Smith was one of the persons getting the awards. And there's another comedian, Chris Rock. He was presenting a different award, and then he got hit in the face by Will Smith.
Yeah,
I think Will was a little bit of a fool, running up on stage and slapping Chris Rock. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't agree with you more, but I posted about this, and you would not believe how many people were on Will Smith's side about saying he did the right thing.
Yeah, that was very bizarre to me. And but again, it's not ever appropriate to hit anybody, no matter what. A lot of comedians will be like, well, I should be able to say whatever I want in different situations. And obviously people can have reactions to it or write posts or stuff like that, but you can't physically harm somebody. That's assault. But it was such an off the cuff, and I'm not condoning like making fun of people, but it was so bizarre. It made Will look bad. I don't know. I don't think he looked he was defending his wife. I was like, nah, he's kind of just being a jerk.
Yeah. You don't know what he's going through. And I'm like, that doesn't give him the right.
Yeah, he's a movie star. He's fine. She's fine. Like,
plus the joke was so nothing.
Such a a
It was
GI
like
Jane
a
joke.
throwaway.
A reference from forever. Then I was trying to figure out, because a lot of they hire writers for that. I go, was that a written joke? But some people say it was just off the cuff.
It
A lot of
looked
people
off
say
the
he didn't know she had the alopecia thing.
That's the
Was just
one
like,
question I have. Did he know or didn't he know? Because if he knew, that was a jerk move, Chris. If he didn't know, dude, you can't fault him for that. I mean, we don't poll that was one of my things I kept telling everybody. We don't ask the audience when they come in, hey, is there something we should or shouldn't talk about?
Yeah. And it's just so, I don't know. Even like saying Jada, he opened it by being like, oh, I love you, Jada, like G.I. Jane 2. Like it was almost like a positive, like cool, like G.I. Jane's a really cool, like cool, like
he didn't mean
soldier.
malice.
No, and he was like, that was a nice one. Like, and then there was, so after he got slapped, he's taken it back clearly, because he's like, what? And then some people say if you listen to what he said after, he goes, oh, I could, and it sounds like he was like, I could just destroy you right now with so much more gossip or whatever. But then also somebody said that what he was actually saying, he has an earpiece in, and they say like, take it home or something, like, or like there was some producer saying, and it's so weird, if you watch the clip, you can hear both of it depending on what you're thinking. Like it's a weird,
really?
The way you listen to it. So I don't know if he was just repeating what the producers were saying in his ear and kind of laughing like, oh, or if he really was like, oh, I could really. But he has a show coming up, because Chris hasn't addressed it. Will apologized. Chris didn't press charge. He could have pressed charge. Like Will Smith could have been
easily
arrested or.
Right. That's why when people say, oh, he's sticking up for his wife, if it's illegal, it's assault. I mean, that's, talk to him after. If that, would have been way more powerful if they both got up and left. That would have been, because they were front and center. The camera was on them constantly. If they would have got up and walked out, that would have said way more, and probably would have made Chris feel a lot worse.
Yeah. Like there's so many other ways. I mean, you learn as a little kid, don't hit people. Like there's other options, but
here's another thing.
I thought Chris handled it well and professionally. If he just got smacked in the face, he didn't lose it. But the other thing, like Jim Carrey talked about it and was like, oh, it was gross to watch, but it also like took away from other people's moments, because that's all they're talking about. And there usually is one big thing that happens at the Academy Award that the press or people will look on. But I also think like I could see them presenting an award together next year. Like I feel like they'll patch this up, or I don't know, or it'll become a bigger thing. But
the funny thing was that joke was so simple and nothing. And Jada was like, she rolled her eyes like, but you know what? If he didn't know, he can't fault him. But here's something. Amy Schumer said something 10 times worse about the Hunger Games chick, saying she was in a movie and she goes, she put on a lot of weight for it. And it was like, but it was a joke and it got a huge laugh. Nobody come up and smacked her for that, Well,
I mean, that's part of the thing too. Like
everybody gets roasted.
Yeah, they're bored. You hire a comedian to host and do this, and then they get to roast you, and you get an award. Like you gotta be humble and then get your award and make your speech about how your dream came true and how it's easy for everybody to do this or whatever. I don't like.
And then when Will gave his speech when he won, I'm sure everybody was thinking, are you going to say anything about it to Chris? Like he apologized to the academy and stuff, but everybody's like, he did apologize. Like it was not to Chris.
Yeah. And then he was like, I'm a protect. Like he was like Richard, that character.
Fierce
and I
defender.
go, that character was like humble and about not getting into, it was just like eye on the prize. It wasn't about punching everybody that wronged you. Like it was really weird.
I didn't even see the movie, so I didn't know anything about it.
It's a good movie. Like he does well, and he deserved the award for. I don't know who else he was up against. I only see about one or two of the movies. Coda's really good. I watched that. That's sad.
I didn't even know the award shows were on because I don't have regular TV. I do all streaming, but somebody like texted me or something. Did you just see that? And I'm like, oh my God. So I jumped on YouTube and found it. And but you know what? It took away from everybody else. I really thought the three girls were super funny hosts.
Yeah, Wanda and Amy, and
Amy was on fire, if you ask me. She was killing it. And that really, even when she came back, she goes, "So anything
did I miss
happen?"
some?
Or whatever.
I was
like, it's a great joke to say. Anyway, well, that's
he's fool. He's the fool of news. Don't hit people. If somebody says something you don't like, there's ways. Again, walking out is more powerful, or writing a paragraph, blogging about it.
I mean, they're both powerful people in Hollywood. Will could have did a lot more damage just doing something to Rock's career if he wanted to, or something. There's ways he could have did something worse than hitting. Is what I feel.
It was like a 5-year-old.
Yes. Yeah. And then after it was such a weird smack too. It was like it almost, you couldn't really hear it, but you could. You know what I mean?
But that's why it looked staged at first, because he was like bracing for it. But I'm sure he didn't assume he was going to get hit. So I don't know what. And then it was just a slap, which is also kind of like, because if he hit close fisted, like Chris would have been on the ground. Like,
that's another thing I kept saying. What if he would have knocked Chris out and Chris just laid there?
Yeah.
How would he have looked then? You know, he would have been arrested right then.
Yeah. They were just cut to commercial and we're done.
Yep. I was bummed they didn't show Jada at all when he was swearing back at Chris. Keep my wife out of your mouth, when he kept.
Yeah. What her face was.
I would love to have seen what she was doing right then.
Just probably like, yeah, Will, you say it.
Right.
This family rocks. We're a Hollywood dynasty.
Oh boy, Amazon Prime just pulled up.
Oh, okay. This episode sponsored by Amazon Prime. Quick link.
I have a buddy that works in the Amazon warehouse that used to be a comic. And I asked him, I said, because he kept going in and out of the comedy. And I was like, are you back in it? And he goes, he just lost a ton of weight. And I'm like, how'd you do that? And he goes, I work at the Amazon warehouse. I'm on my feet for 12 hours. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible weight loss program.
Yeah.
Run around and find stuff. But let's, so that was Fool News, which actually moves us into our next segment, Rob. Okay. This is a little Stump Rob. And these are really difficult Academy Award questions.
Oh, man. Do you remember the year Billy Crystal, like that Jack Parr or Jack LaLanne or something came out and he started doing push-ups, and then Billy just ran with it the rest of the show? It was like one of the funniest years ever on there.
Yeah, in the 90s. I think so. Billy was a good host. There's been some fun hosts. And then there wasn't hosts for a while. It got weird.
Yeah.
These are also the lowest ratings in history for this year's Academy Awards.
Well, I think with streaming now, it's really hard. There's so
it's hard
many
to
options.
See the movies too, because Coda was an Apple Plus movie. Like they release them on streaming, then they're not necessarily in the theater, and people just aren't regularly going to the theater or and there's just so many. Yeah, there's so much content. Here's a lot of things got turned off because things got so politicized, and they just want to watch them get award, not tell Hollywood to tell us what to do. But whatever.
I would say when they go for Best Picture of the Year, I would say 9 times out of 10, I've not seen any of them, or maybe one, and they just look like movies I would never go see. It's never like Guardians of the Galaxy,
No, yeah. Well, there's no comedies, not a thing, and they don't do act. Like it's very just like a dramatic. Like there's so much film, but you're cutting off half and they're like, well, then those would, if it was box office, they'd, I'm like, all right, but people deserve awards.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Like Robert Downey Jr. did great as Iron Man,
right? All right,
All
Stump
right,
Rob.
you ready
this
for some
is-
super difficult, no multiple
Why did you
choice?
pick it then?
Because it's the one I found, and I want to stump you. I'm not
Oh.
always playing it easy. This game's called Stump Rob.
Yeah,
not
but it's been
Let Rob get a bunch of questions right and feel good about himself. It's called Stump Rob, and it's stump you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go finish cleaning then while you read these.
Yeah, you go mop your garage while I stump you.
All right.
All right. I'll make a multiple choice too. So, when did the first Academy Award ceremony take place? Was it 1929, 1939, or 1949?
I'll say 39.
You are incorrect. It was May
29.
16th, 1929.
I knew
But
it
you
was
said
29.
29 super fast, so we'll give it to you. I feel like you got.
I was gonna say 23 before you even told me, and then when you said them all, I'm like, darn it. All right.
All right, we'll take it to the audience, and they're going to give it to you. I
Okay,
took a
thanks.
poll, so you get 1 for 1. All right. Ugh, it's so hard to stump Rob.
The prime guy is just
see.
sitting out in front of my yard.
Yeah, he's taking a break. I told him that after he drops off your lures, Rob gets a lot of packages. You just
Okay.
spend 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. Do you know what the first Academy Award for Best Picture was called? What movie won?
Okay.
Was it Wings? Was it Batman? Was it Batman Returns? Or was it You've Got It Going On, kid?
Well, I don't think it's that because you added a word at the end because you weren't sure. So I'm gonna go with wings.
Wow. Oh my God. I can't believe you pulled that out. Knowing what 1929 movie. You sure know your film trivia.
Oh yeah.
2 for 2. Boy, if Rob gets one more right, he's not stumped.
I didn't get the first one.
No, you change your answer real quick. Because I said 1939, you go no, 29, or I said so.
But you'd
got
already
it.
told
It's
me,
like the
though.
5-second rule that you when
Okay.
you say the correct answer right after I say it, then you get it. Okay, who designed the famous Oscar statuette in 1928? Was
Ooh.
it Bob Anderson, Gregory Gibolde, Cedric Gibbons, or Sally Fields?
Where did you come up with these names? I'm gonna go with it.
Incorrect. I tricked you. It was
Ah,
Cedric Gibbons. You thought I was trying to read.
I
That's how
did.
good of an actor I am. The best actor award for Stump Rob goes to Thomas Ryman again. All right. Well, technically, you got. I don't know how many you've gotten right.
I've
One.
only gotten one right.
These are the worst questions.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the first film to be in color to win an Oscars Best Picture in 1940?
Why do we not have any recent Oscar stuff?
1940 was when it came out. Well, I
Okay.
guess.
First color.
First color was it?
Was it a talkie?
Was it? Yep, there are voices in it. Was it Wizard of Oz? Was it Gone with the Wind? Was it Citizen Kane? Or was it Weekend at Bernie's?
I was gonna say whatever this fourth one is right, but you threw a right one in at the beginning. So it was either I'm gonna go with Wizard of Oz.
You are so wrong. It is Gone with the Wind. I think Wizard of Oz came out earlier and was not nominated for any awards, maybe. Gone with the Wind, though. That was the first picture to win.
Never.
I think we
seen it.
stumped you. I think it's over.
Oh yeah.
But let's see if we can find some not 1920s. Okay, which movie is the most expensive Oscar winner? Was it Titanic,
Yes.
Avatar, Star Wars, or Batman 2, or Weekend at Bernie's 2?
Titanic.
It was Avatar. So same director, but Avatar
Yeah,
was the most
James
expensive.
Cameron. What is that guy doing?
Ooh, this is an interesting fact that I did not know. Did you know that in 19 we stumped you? So now I'm just going to read you facts about the Oscars.
Dude,
and then
listen,
we'll
wait a
move
minute.
on.
All of a sudden, there's a guy sitting in the driver's seat. All of a sudden, this girl pops out the side with 2 packages and bringing them up to my door right now.
Oh, yes. A lot of, if Amazon drivers are really busy, they'll have a runner
I didn't
So
know
they'll
that.
drive, and then they'll have an assistant that hops the package out, and then they can start looking up the next spot or something. I'm not sure why.
They must have been making out or something. They were sitting there for quite a while.
I couldn't find the packages. Really, Rob's gonna be mad. I
I
think
got-
I stumped you. I think we need to move on.
Yeah, please.
All right, let's do dog of the week.
This is the dog of the week.
Well, you're gonna love this. It's my dog's. Harvey started doing this thing where he just sits underneath Minnie, and it's adorable because she's so big now. We're gonna finally get her weighed in. She's got a new vet appointment to get some vaccines, and she'll get her official weigh-in.
Wow.
What's
She's
your
still-
guess of how much she weighs?
I'm gonna
Right.
guess she's still growing though, too, right?
Yep. Yeah, she's gonna grow for another about 8 months or 6 months.
Wow, she's huge. That's so cute though, with the other dog under her.
Yeah.
I
if
would
it-
guess.
If it helps you, Harvey, that's under her, weighs 25 pounds.
Wow. I would say she's got to be over 100 then.
That's your get. Anything over 100? I think you're probably
mean,
close.
I'm probably really close. I would be. It's between 90 and 100 is my guess.
Yeah, I think about 104 is what she's at.
Wow.
Is my guess from when I try to bench her.
You bench. Wow.
But yeah, there's the dog of the week.
They still getting along really good.
Oh, they're best friends. They
Oh, that's
love each
good.
other.
That's awesome. That was
But-
cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Did you want to do collectible corner?
Collectibles, collectibles, it's time for Collectible Corner. Collectibles, collectibles, we all love collectibles.
This is a
Sitting
new
right here.
segment because Rob and I, you hear me he's always getting me Superman stuff. I'm shipping him lures from somewhere in Minnesota. We're always looking up our hobby or collectible stuff. And so I thought it'd be fun to feature something we're excited about. Welcome to Collectible Corner. Rob, what do you got?
I have never shown these, and it's a whole nother collection I didn't even tell you about.
Oh, no way.
So I collect wine holders that are fishermen.
What? That's another. Okay, so you collect the big lures. He collects the nutcrackers that are also fishermen, and now you have a wine holder fisherman. You must. Do you have the Home Goods TJ Maxx credit card? Because
I did not
seems
get
like-
these. None of these were at that. One of them I
Wow.
got at like I got a couple at antique stores, couple online.
Now,
But-
for those listening, if you're not watching YouTube, it has a bottle of wine in it,
Yep.
but it literally looks like it's like all metal, and it's also a guy in overalls, and
Yeah.
he's got a pail, and he's got his fishing pole and his hat and a little mustache. It's really well done. And that comes out. Wow, look at that. So the
Yeah.
head comes off,
The arms
reveals
come off, everything.
the $600 bottle of wine Rob's got in there.
Yeah, man. I got like probably seven or eight of them.
Wow. And are they, so where are you finding this? I
Oh
think
my
you were
God,
saying it and I
all over
interrupted
different
you.
places, antique places. A lot. I found one in Key West at like a niche kind of place, and a
Very
few of
cool.
them online. I got one in Canada.
Cool.
This was the Canada one actually, but
Looks
I thought
pretty-
it was cool. He had little bib overalls.
Yeah, that's what's really neat because it's all metal, and then all of a sudden there's the fabric, the
Gucci.
denim fabric overalls.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and they got
Oh,
little. I like the detail, like his hair, his nose, his ears. It's all like if you were building this, you had to put this together. Even his hat, it's got a little dot. I don't know what the heck that is, but
this
looks
is like show
cool.
and tell. I like
Yeah.
this.
What do
Good
you got? What did
job.
you bring today, Tommy?
Well, I'm excited about this. This has been coming up in the news, and also the new movie came out. But I have a comic book. It's a graded comic book. It's the Batman number 92. And what's special about this one, sorry, it's really reflecting, is it's the first appearance of Batman's dog, Ace. So
Okay.
Batman has a dog. Superman also has a dog named Crypto, but that's his first appearance. I bought this a few years ago, but now that there's a new movie, there's a new animated movie called Legends of Super Pets, and it stars Crypto and Ace the Bat Hound.
Really?
And, that thing like tripled in value. So that's my
Ooh.
first appearance of Ace the Bat Hound. Megan's always trying to get me to invest money, buy crypto and stock. And I'm just like, no, man, I'm just going to get the first appearance of animals in comic books and I'm going to retire on that.
Yeah, you do buy a lot of that stuff that you could resell easily. None of my stuff I don't think is resellable. Maybe
Your lures, those
lures,
go
the
up in value.
nutcrackers. Some of the nutcrackers are by this famous they're Steinbachs, and those get pretty pricey. I had no
Cool.
idea. But
if you're watching on YouTube, tell us what you collect.
That's
what's fun. That's something you could share or write to the guys at a little tomfoolery. We want a little back and forth. We want dialogue with our fans because sometimes it's just us talking at you. I want you to talk back.
I like this because show our stuffs and people could send in a picture of theirs too if they want.
Yeah.
And we'll show it.
Or if you have a cool room with stuff in it, the collectible corners.
I love it.
And then we'll buy it from you at a good deal.
If it's something we like.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to do one of these, dude. I did all the research.
And now,
Fools in History. William Seward, who was one of our, he was under Lincoln back in the day. And this is the week that we bought Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how much Alaska was? Like, we bought it because Russia was trying to get rid of it. And we thought Canada was going to buy it. So we hurried up and bought it from Russia. Just wanted to get rid of it. They thought it was junk land. It was 2 cents an acre, came out to 7.2 million for Alaska.
Wow. That's crazy. What year was this?
It was,
1980, right?
It was 72. No, it was way back. It was when Lincoln was president. So,
okay. So in the 1860s.
Yeah. Anyways, they had to borrow the money. Congress had to borrow the money to do it. But then they called it Seward's Folly. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
They made so much fun of William Seward for this. And it ended up like paying off in droves, because they got all the lumber and fishing and they found gold.
Resources. Wow. Yeah.
But the people that moved there had to pay like crazy high taxes so that they could get their 7.2 million back. So they put it on the people. Yeah. That was crazy. There's a bunch of little facts about it, but I don't know. They called it the Klondike Gold Rush in 1896. That's when they found the gold. And then they were like, good job, William Seward. They were all teasing them, and they said they need to switch it to Seward's Fortune and stuff. I don't know. I love history, and this kind of stuff was really interesting to me. And I remember reading about this, but I didn't know all the specifics that he went through.
Yeah, it's so weird. Land and territory is interesting because it's just the world, and then somebody goes like, "This is mine." They just claim it, and then you can sell it. But it's really nobody. The first person just was like, "I want it." They didn't pay for it, but they just got it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you find stuff on it. What makes it valuable? It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of poignant what's going on in the world right now with Russia trying to take Ukraine.
Yeah.
We took Alaska. We basically bought it from, so Canada didn't get it. But it's kind of weird because it seems like this should be Canada's.
I mean, it's hard to get to. You can't drive to Alaska without going through Canada.
Right.
But and then there's a part of Minnesota actually that you have to drive to Canada to get to that part in Minnesota. It's a little nub on the top of Minnesota.
I didn't know that.
That was a mistake on a map. They were trying to trace a lake, but then they didn't, because technically it's the 49th parallel or whatever. Like the top of the US is supposed to be one line. I'm not
really.
Yeah, but there's like about 100 people that live up there in Minnesota. When they go grocery shopping, they have to drive through Canada
to get to it. Oh my
something.
God. Hey, let me do I don't know how to do what we can call this, just fun facts. But since it was your birthday recently, these birthday ones, there's some good stuff in here. Like,
okay, birthday facts.
Fun. There's 10 facts and we don't have to do them all. But if we take into account all of the birthdays in a year all over the world, which month do you think has the most birthdays?
July.
Close. July is in the top 3.
Okay.
One more guess or no?
October.
Nope. August.
Oh,
August
yeah.
has got 9% of all the birthdays. So that means in November, people were, it's either.
After Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I guess it's in the world. Not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving.
Well, still, I'm with you on that. They just say it's in the world, though. The other 2 months that were close were July and September. So you were pretty close.
Cool.
Throughout the world, every single year, how many birthday cards do you think are sent?
Ooh, throughout the world?
Yeah.
2 billion?
That's exactly right.
Really?
I can't believe you said that.
Wow.
It is 2 billion cards. Isn't
That is a lot of cards.
insane?
But there's 9 billion people. So 7 billion people aren't getting any cards.
This is true.
It's really sad.
Maybe we should start something for them.
The
Send them a
9
little
billion
tomfoolery
card
card.
campaign. Everybody gets a card. Like we want food. We're like, you get a birthday card.
How many out of all the cards in America? We're just doing America now. How many cards are birthday cards that are produced
In America?
Yeah, because there's Valentine's, there's St. Patrick's Day, there's but birthday cards. How many do you think percentage out of 100%?
Oh, a percentage are birthday cards of
how-
all the different cards that you buy. I would
Yes.
say, pardon me, I would say the percentage is 70% are birthday cards.
Nope.
Too high?
Yeah, 58%.
58. So I knew it was going to be above 50.
I'm kind of surprised. I would have guessed as high as you did also. How much do you think was the most expensive birthday party ever?
For any world person?
I'll tell you who it was for. It's for the Sultan of Brunei.
Oh,
And let me give you another clue. They had Michael Jackson perform for 16 million.
gotcha. So I'm sure it was $180 million.
No, that's a little crazy. They didn't spend really that well. I guess
Mostly it was spent on Michael.
yes. It was 27.2 million.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
That is insane for this. First of all, how do you get to be a sultan?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is a king?
I don't know either, but there's so many cool titles that how do you get them?
You just pick it. You just say, like, monarchs were like, well, God made me king.
Right.
And then so you could say you talk to God and then give yourself a title. And then you'll either get it or people are like, that guy's nuts. So you got a 50-50 chance. But if you just own it and you're like, no, I'm the flim flam, they'll be like, what's that mean? You're like, oh, you don't know what the flim flam is? It's huge.
Right.
I definitely, and then you can tell your neighbor when he tries to keep suing you for trellis stuff or whatever, you could be like,
I don't even know what that means.
King Flim Flam of the neighborhood. And then
so you
run
gave
all the
two
council
titles,
meetings.
King and Flim Flam.
I just added King to it.
Yeah, why not? Did you know that the diary that Anne Frank wrote in was a birthday present for her?
I did know that.
You did?
Yes. Didn't know she got that for her because she had just gotten it and then started writing in it. But
It was her 13th birthday.
No, I did know that. That's sad. But it just imagine if she didn't get that, because that's a huge part of history.
Right? Yeah. What if she just got Post-it notes?
Right. Yeah. Oh.
This is actually very popular, but they make a big deal because William Shakespeare died on his birthday.
Oh yeah, yep.
But that's a big thing to die on your birthday. A lot of people do. Because you usually party more on your birthday, so a lot of drinking and driving. There's you get scared from like candles or something and you have a heart attack. There's all these different weird reasons
of why it's more common on your actual birthday. Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Eat something, you choke. And then do you know what the golden birthday is?
That is if it's you're the age that the the day of your birthday. So my golden birthday would be when I was 17 years old. Because I was born March 17th.
That is correct. Mine would be when I was 24.
That's like my album's going to have its golden birthday because it's my third album coming out on May 3rd. But you can pre-order that April 12th.
What's it called?
Party Troll with Tommy Ryman.
Awesome. What is there any? Can we hear an excerpt from it?
Oh, I mean, not here.
No, you just do it right now.
You just want me to tell one of the bits? We don't need that.
What is your favorite bit on this new album?
Oh boy, there's a lot of good ones, but I like even just the opening stuff, and I like all the buying a house stuff. Smart House, my Roomba joke has been a big hit.
By Party Troll, coming out May 3rd with Tommy Ryman.
Come see us live. Go see Rob in Tampa. Come see me in Ohio. Would be great. And then I'm off to Pennsylvania next week. But this is it. This was another episode of Little Tomfoolery. Thanks as always to our listeners for listening to our podcast, wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, write some nice comments, talk about what you're collecting, and share with your friends. That would be awesome. Also, if you want to join our Patreon, you could join our Patreon. You could become part of the Fool Nation. Join Patreon. You get there's tiers. You get little bonuses for whatever you're contributing. But if you have any questions about that, you can always check out littletomfoolery.com for all your Fool Nation questions. But this has been another episode of Little Tomfoolery. I'm Tommy Ryman. That's Rob Little. Bye, fools. Bye. Stay safe. Don't hit anybody.
Fool Nation.